Ahoy hoy! Hopefully if you're tuning into this it's because you've already seen part 1 of this video. If not, then I suggest you have a look in my catalogue of videos and you go back and watch part 1 before watching this. But here we are, we're going to replace the bars here with 10-inch Apes. Now, when I finished off the last part 1, I had just tested the extensions for the wiring loom. So that's still where we're at. I've got the tank back off and now I'm in a position where I'm going to start disassembling the components on the existing bar. So I'll start with taking the mirrors off, loosening off each of the controls, and we get the bar emptied up, and then I can stick on the new bar on the clamp and we'll start offering up the controls again onto the new Apes. Right, so as I'm disassembling this, I thought I'd just give a bit of a close-up on here for the throttle. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this should all come apart, so I've removed this screw here and one underneath, and then that allows this front piece to come away. Now, as you can see, then this whole arrangement is loose, and the throttle here, that's a sort of mechanical lock, or you can see that, it's a sort of, you can see what I'm getting at. But that there on the handle itself, that just pulls and then comes out, so it's just worth noting that when it goes back on, it needs to be in that position. So that just slides off, and then this whole arrangement just comes away from the bar. Now it's also worth noting here that all the cabling, everything that is external to the bar here, so there's nothing actually running through the inside of these bars, but it looks like everything is external. Right, so I've done exactly the same here on the left hand side of the bar. I've took those two screws out and then it just falls apart. Now there is a cable there that's not connected to anything. I'm thinking maybe that's to do with heat grips or something, which I don't have, so that's that's not connected. The rest of it just falls away from the bar. The one thing that I'm not sure of here is how to get the grip off the bar. I'm thinking that you just have to pull it off. Now, being rubber, it's sticky, so we have to get something down the inside of like WD-40 or something, see if we can free it off. Right, so I've sprayed some WD-40 down the inside of this already. You can see it's starting to come free of the bar, so I'm just going to keep working it until, there we go, hopefully, there we go, grip free of the bar. So now I can loosen off the main top clamp here and slide the bar out of the throttle arrangement and let the brake lever come away. Okay, so with the bolts undone, you take the top clamp away, that leaves the bar free, and then I just slide that bar out of the throttle arrangement, and I'll just leave that hanging at the side there for a moment, and that's that bar off. So next I want to offer the Apes up. However, although they have the same sort of knurled finish into the clamps here, the Apes are designed to be pinned, and the risers that came with them I've actually got pinned dowels in them already, and I don't really want to use these because the paint finish is a bit damaged on them. So I'm thinking to maybe drill and pin these ones. After a bit of thought, I'm going to use the risers that have come with it with the pins in it. The paint's a bit knackered on them, but I've got some paint jobs to do anyway, so in aim to get the job finished and get the bars on, I'm going to use these ones because they've got the pins already, and I don't actually have any material suitable for making my own pins. So I'm going to pull off these risers. There's a bolt at the back of each. They need a 15mm socket, so I'll take both of them off and I'll get the other ones on. Quick tip, if you're going to loosen off the risers, it's easier to do it with a bar in place because that then stops these from free rotating. Okay, battery died there, so I've jumped ahead a little bit. So I've got the bars secured onto these risers, these pinned risers, and I've put the top clamp on. Now this is not the original top clamp, this is the Thornton 100 quad lock top clamp that I've now got secured on. So now I'm going to slide the left hand control arrangement up and onto the bar, and I've pulled the loom through because we've already got the extension on, and all I've had to do is disconnect the clutch cable off the back of it here, which is just thread that out and then it just loops off, so easy enough. I'm going to put this on and then we'll get the grip on. So that should just slide over like that. And then the grip, I've just put a little bit of soapy water in it this time, because I'm hoping that when that dries out then it will be solid again. So we'll just slide that up and on, and I'll just grab one of the bar end mirrors just to make sure that it's in the right position there. I'll just pull it back a touch till it meets the whole bracket there. Right, cool, absolutely fine. So I'm just going to tighten this up a bit in the sort of position I think it should be in. It might need adjustment later, and then we'll look at doing the other one. Okay, so the left side of the bar here, the grip's on, the controls on in the sort of rough position I want it to be in. The clutch cable is still disconnected, we need to put the longer clutch cable on, and then we need to secure everything on the left side. So what we're going to look at here is the replacement of the clutch cable with the extended version of it. So as you can see, here's the original clutch cable here. This basically just unscrews from the back of the clutch lever here, and then without any tension on it, this just pops out. So what we need to do is feed this back down through and disconnect it from the clutch mechanism at the bottom, and then connect up the new cable. This is the clutch mechanism at the bottom here. Now because there's no tension on this cable, because we've got it disconnected at the top, we should be able to just, there we go, it just pops out like that, and then we can just feed that back up and through and pull this cable out and fit the new one in its place. Right, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but just inside here, if you follow the clutch cable back, there's a little circlip just holding it into a securing bracket, so I need to pull that off, and then should be able to pull the whole cable out. So that's the two clutch cables lying side by side, and you can see immediately that one's probably about a foot longer than the other one, but at this end the replacement is straight ended, whereas the one that came off as the original has a sort of almost a 90 degree on it. So we'll see what difference that makes when I get it fitted up. So the new cable goes in exactly the same way the old one came out, and obviously this hasn't been tidied up yet, but immediately you can see that the tension on the clutch lever is not right, so that's going to have to be adjusted. And you can do a little bit of adjustment here, but also I'll just use the old cable as an example. In the middle of the cable here, you've got a way of lengthening or shortening. Now that is just about here, and the cable I've just fitted. So I'm going to have a play around with that and try and get it set up. Now originally this was going to be a two-part video, but as my memory card's nearly full and the battery's nearly dying on the camera again, we're going to make it a three-part. I've still got to do the right hand controls, which includes the brake lever, and I'm going to have to split the hydraulic brake line to fit the new extension. So that'll be the difficult bit, so worth a video on its own right. So we'll leave this here and we'll continue in part 3. So I'll see you there.